Ah, there you are. There you are. Okay, let me get rid of this. Put this sign away here. Yeah, I'm back now. Listen, got some stew going, and you're here for your third class in Gmax here at Gmax Boot Camp, right? So this is Camp Gmax, where we build a lot of camping stuff, and we try to show you how to make a few models for yourself. So today we're going to do a few things in the way of molding and cutting and making, bringing polygons out and deleting a few faces, that kind of thing. Remove a face so you can texture it and put it back, and then maybe connect them. So this will be a pretty short class, but it's a very vital class for you to get this stored in your little brain cell there. Okay. Anyway, welcome to boot camp, and we'll be camping out here afterwards, having some stew. It's just about done, man. Look at us smoking. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay, let's move right along to Gmax. Go. Okay, here we are in Gmax, and let's just break out a box, and we're gonna put this box right pretty much close to the center of the grid and come up. Now, hopefully by now you already know how to make a box. But if you don't, you just use your mouse after you click on the standard primitives, drag it out, stop, and then drag up. Okay, we got us a box. Okay, now let's say that this is a deck, or it's the bottom of a house, and we don't want the first of all, down here in the bottom right hand corner, let me go into perspective view where we have one box. You can always go back in there and change it back when you need to. Okay, I'm gonna flip this cube over, and we're gonna delete that face right there just to save on verts and polys and stuff. So anything that's not gonna be seen, yeah, it's a good idea to get rid of it. So while the box is highlighted like that, we're gonna right click on that box and go down to convert to editable mesh. All right, now on this side we're gonna click on it and go down right here where this red square is. That's polygons. Okay, we're gonna click on that polygon. All right, and we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna scroll all the way down until we come to this little group of buttons, and we're gonna click on one that says delete, and then we're gonna come right over here and click on that face right there, hit delete. Boom, it's gone. Now you can scroll up, you notice these faces are still here. So if you're wanting to build like a deck with a box around it, you could actually detach the top, or you could delete it. So click on it like that, hit your delete button, and it's gone. So you don't have nothing there but just walls. Now that would be good if you're going to build, like a collision box that's not going to be a bottom or a top. You just want to go around something like a wall. For dogs, for instance, keep dogs in. This collision box will not be seen. So if you added another little box like it, a little bit smaller with rock or grass or something, the invisible wall would actually be higher where the dogs can't jump over it. So you could actually build a dog pen with this right here. Now, I'm going to hit undo, delete face, because we're going to hit detach. I'm going to show what happens on that. It gives it a name, and I'm just going to call it top box. You can name it whatever you want to, top box, top deck. Just give it a number. Or you can just leave it like it is and just remember the number it gave you. Okay, top box 1. Okay. Okay, now it should be detached. Let me see. Click on the move button. And by the way, this move button right here, whenever you click on something, you're able to move it around. But also, you got to be sure to click out of this here area, or it won't. So you click that button or click this arrow over here to refresh everything. But I just want to show you, if you click on this and you're wanting to move it around, you'll notice that the top is now detached. And it's ready to texture, okay? In the meanwhile, this box is still, the sides are still all intact, but we took the top off. So we could actually go to modifiers, UV coordinates, UVW map, and then drag a texture over there on it. Let me see here. My documents, lesson 1. We're going to drag one of my grass textures over here on this, okay? All right, there's one of my grass textures. Now, what you do now is you can put this on 0, 0, like that, so that whenever you click on this and put it on 0, 0 in the middle of the grid, you'll know that it's dead center and where it's supposed to be. Okay. Now, you could put a texture on this the same way. Go to modifiers, UV coordinates, UVW map, drag your texture over on it. Matter of fact, let's see. I'm just going to grab something and drag it on there. It could be anything, any texture that you might have. You could drag it over there, and it's done. Okay, so you could drag rock or wood, or you could even, it could be just grass. But if you're going to do grass, you don't need to separate it. It'll just be all one grass. Okay, now I'm going to go up here in my drop-down box, and I'm going to choose top box 1, because that's what I named that. Okay, now I'm going to go down. I'm going to make sure this arrow is pushed, and I'm going to come down on my Z. Z is always up and down, remember that. And I'm going to put in a 2. Sorry, I'm going to put in a -2 because I want it to go down. That's a negative, so it went down a notch. But let's say I want it to go down a 5. You put down -5, and it pops down. Now, the way that I've done this would be invisible on the inside, and you'd see it on the outside. There's another way you'd want to cut the box if you want the inside and the outside, and I'll go through that in a minute. But first, let me undo move. All right, undo move, and we're undo move one more time. Undo move. Okay. Now we're at the top of the box where it was originally. After we've textured the top, we've textured the bottom. It wouldn't hurt to click on it. Click on the little blue rainbow and go down to Poly Select. And that'll take the vertices out of it and make it smaller. Right now we're sitting at 1 face, 4 verts. Perfect. That's good. Now we're going to click on this box, and we're going to right click on it first of all and show you that the properties on this is 8 faces and 8 vertices. We can do better than that. We're going to click on the rainbow, go down to the modifier list, go down 3 down to Poly Select, click on it. Now then we'll check it out. Look at there, 4 faces, 8 verts. Perfect. Now we're ready to put them together. Now, if you're not sure about this model yet, you're kind of still working on these 2 pieces, you can just click on it, hold your control key down and click on the top, and then go up here and group it. And when you group it, then you can move it around, the whole thing around, while you're playing around with the other parts and building the other parts in the middle here. See? And then when you get ready for that part to be back here, you just put it on 0, 0, and she'll come back like a whining puppy, right back to the center. All right. Now she's back where we want it, right here in the center. Your next step is, okay, let me ungroup it. Okay, now these are like that again, see? Okay, so what we want to do is connect them permanently, because we're gonna connect all of our pieces. Let's say that we've got 5 or 6 pieces here. We don't, but let's just imagine that we have more pieces. Well, we're going to click on one of the big pieces here, and we're going to go up here to the white arrow and click on Create, and then we're going to change it from standard primitives. We're going to change it to compound objects. See that? Compound objects. Okay. Now then we're going to drop down to connect. It's just right under where it says compound objects. It says connect. And then you're going to want to come down below it. And you can name it if you want to. But I'm going to go down to pick Operland right here. And then I'm going to click on that. Done. But now you want to match, I match material to material IDs. That's what I choose. And that way my textures don't get mixed up. You can try which one you want. But it seems like that second one down always works good for me. So anyway, there we have it. You notice if we was in here, we could shoot all around here and they couldn't hit you back because you got it textured on the outside. Actually, you would clone that. You'd clone this box and make it a collision over your whole thing. All right. Well, okay. Where else I want to take you? I'll tell you what. Let me go to a new page there. A whole new fresh page, and show you about if we was going to cut the center out and do it that way, we'd do this. All right, we would click on standard primitives, get us a box. We'd take and left click on our mouse and make us a box, and I'll come over here to the sideline here. I'm going to change that box to I'm going to make a 40 by 40 deck. All right. 40 by 40. That's a pretty good sized deck. Now I put a pretty good campsite together just on a 30-meter deck, and then we're going to make it 4 meters high. You can go as much as 5, but we're going to go 40, 40, and 4. Okay, we're going to zoom in on it, and we're going to click our little rotator thing here and kind of rotate it around even like. Get our hand out, and there it is. Okay, now what we want to do is, let me go back into take the perspective view out by clicking on the very far right bottom corner again. And right here we see a top view. Now with this top view we can do a lot of things, but right now what we're going to do with it is we're going to go back. We're going to move this thing back down to where our box is. Now if you're on full screen you don't have to do this, but I video on a smaller portion of the screen so I can get it all in there. So I'm clicking on the box, and I'm going to go right smaller, just a hair. Okay, let me hang on. Let me click on this, and I'm using my scroll mouse to zoom in bigger. And then I'm going to get this hand down here at the bottom to drag it over to where I can see it better. See there? There it is right there. Now I think I want it, since I've clicked on this plane, I can click on perspective view, and then I've got this in my perspective view. This is a top view, by the way. So I'm going to click on the box, and I'm going to go just smaller than that box, just like that, all the way down, just a little bit smaller. See that? All right, and then I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go up pretty good ways because I'm going to go through this other box. So anyway, come out of perspective view. All right, now I'm going to click on this box and go into perspective view on this box so you can see what's going on. This is our perspective view, and we have this box inside of this box. Now we want to make sure whenever you're doing this that both boxes is on 0, 0. Okay, and you want to make sure that the big box is on 0, 0, and you want to make sure the little box is on 0, 0. That puts you both in the middle of the grid, so when you cut even that way. That's why I tell you that. Okay, so we're going to click on the big box actually, and we're going to, in the Z window, we're going to go with a -12 because we're dealing with some big boxes here. That's going to drop the thing down. All right, then I'm going to click on this. This is where our deck is, our 40 by 40 deck. I'm going to click on it where it's selected. I'm going to go up here where it says standard primitives and change that to compound objects. And then instead of hitting connect, I'm going to hit boolean, and then I'm going to come down and hit pick Operland B. I'm going to click on this, but look at there, see? And be sure and click on the arrow here to get out of Operland B so you don't mess nothing else up. All right, there we have a deck. So if now if you want to, here's what I do is I can go over here now, click on standard primitives, and get me a plane. All right, and I know what size this plane needs to be. Just right under a 40 by 40, because we cut this out and it's going to be inside of this area. So really I can make this plane probably a 39 by 39. Let's try that. Let's try making that plane a 39 by 39. But you want to make sure you change the length segments and the width segments to 1. Elsewise you're going to have a lot of polys in that little plane. Let me see how many polys I got now. Properties. I've got 2 faces now, but I won't have after I click my blue and come down and poly select. Go to properties. Okay, 1 face, 4 verts. That's what we have to have. Great. All right. Now then, now that we have this lined out, I'm going to have to make a new one because I wasn't able to put my numbers in yet. See? Okay, so I'm going to delete this one actually, and I'm going to go in here and make me another one, make me a plane. But now while I got that on the grid, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come down here and change the length and the width. I've already got the ones changed. Okay, so I'm still good there. But I'm going to change this to a 39 by 39 because it's a 40-meter deck and we've already cut out the center. All right, now the easy part is, since after I've done that, I'm going to click on my arrow up here, my moving around arrow, and I'm going to put that, make sure it's highlighted still, and I'm going to put that on 0, 0, and it's going to pop over there where I need it. Now remember, we made it 40 meters tall, so I can go 0, 0, and 4 because we made it 4 meters tall. And it's a 40-meter deck, so that should put it right on top. I'm going to zoom in on it. Yep. Oh, that looks good. I don't see any cracks or anything. So that 39 seems to be a good size for that. Okay. Now, what I want to do right now with you, I want to show you that I can click on this now, and I can go down. I've got 4 meters to play with. Let's go down 1. So I'm going to go -1 meter in the Z frame right down here at the bottom. Z is always up and down. I'm going to hit enter. Woo, that took it way down too low. That's right, because, okay, I'm sorry. Scratch that. We're 4 meters above the grid, so we actually want to just go 3. And that puts us 1 meter down, okay, because we're 4 meters up. So by going 3, puts us down 1 meter, okay? We're ready to texture like we did in the first video. We just right click on it, go to our UV projection, texture that, texture the bottom, put them together like we did on the first part of the video, and we're done. And then you have a deck that's got a little ridge. It could be a fence, it could be anything. So, and then of course be sure and make another plane for your you know, depending on how you want your collision to be. If you just want the collision to be on top, you just need to put another plane on top. If you want the collision to be the top and this, you could clone this actually and use it as your collision as well. Anyway, I hope that kind of clears up a lot of things for you and all that good stuff, because I certainly had fun. I hope you did. And, you know, thanks for sharing again here at Gmax Camp, and we'll have some more videos coming up, but I hope that helped you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, campers.